Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So to start the video, I'm actually going to bring you to the half marathon time trial attempt that I attempted yesterday. But before I do, why don't you smash the like button, maybe even leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, because the three of those actions go a long way to helping my channel succeed. So let's do this thing. So I just finished my warm-up. So it's exactly 3 weeks remaining till my marathon. I decided to switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna go for an all-out time trial for the half marathon today, which is 21.1 kilometers or 13.1 miles. So I'm wearing my race gear. This is the exact outfit I'll be wearing during the race. I also got my running gels ready to go. I have 3 of them in my pocket just in case. And yeah, it should be a good one. I'm aiming for roughly, hopefully I'll get a PB, which is 1:23:17. But anywhere close to that I'll be happy with. So we'll see. I think it's like a 3:57 pace. So I'm just gonna make sure I try to stick around as close to that as possible and just pace myself the entire way. And if I have a little bit left at the end, I'll go a little faster and try to beat it. But my shoes looking alright. I can tell my foot's starting to go off the side. Oh. Well, I failed. I only made it about 16 kilometers. Not even, I don't think. Hey guys, as you can see, I did fail at my goal. But let me just tell you, it wasn't a complete fail because I've learned some lessons, all right? And that is the important thing about time trials, because not only are you preparing your body to be able to handle the workload, but you're also preparing your mind. Doing that time trial, I did learn some valuable lessons going into this, all right? So I'll start with the negatives first, and then we'll go into some positives as well, all right? So the negatives, of course. Number 1, I did not choose my shoe selection very well. My shoes were on the cusp of absolute disaster. From my track workout on the Monday prior, it did its damage to the sides of my shoes, and of course it ripped a nice hole. So when I did the half marathon, I did see that it was slightly ripped, but I thought that it could handle one more hard run. I was wrong. I would say maybe 5 kilometers in, it completely tore and my foot started hanging out a little bit. And as I ran, the pain started increasing in my foot. And when, of course, I got to about 15 kilometers, the pain was at the point where I could probably push the last 6 kilometers but I didn't want to injure myself this close to the marathon. It just wasn't worth it. All right, lesson number 2 that I learned was just because I was in shape before an injury doesn't mean I'm in the same shape after an injury. I went out as if I was in the same shape as before my injury. It was the first time trial that I did since my injury, and I was going out thinking I could get close to my PB. So in other words, I was destined to fail from the start, thinking that I could go at a pace that I just wasn't ready for. Which leads me to the next point, number 3, is that I went out too quickly. That was all on me. Even if I was in PB shape, I still went out too quickly. I went out at a 3:48 per kilometer pace in the first kilometer, which I should have been around a 3:57. That's 9 seconds too quick just in the first kilometer. After 3 kilometers, I believe I was at a 3:54 pace, which again is too fast. Even though I slowed down slightly, it was still too fast of a pace. It was still 3 seconds per kilometer faster, which of course is much too fast. So when I take that and turn it into a positive, the 4th lesson is start a little bit slower than my ideal pace. When you start too quickly, your lactic acid builds up in your legs, and then it becomes almost impossible for your legs to recover. When you start slower and build up to your pace, you're not allowing lactic acid to build in your legs, and you're actually able to flush it out, and you're allowing your legs to warm up and work into your pace. And then you could actually maintain that faster pace for a longer period of time because you're not dealing with the lactic acid that you built up from going too fast in the first couple kilometers. Huge lesson I've learned. So I'm going to take that and bring it into my marathon and say, okay, if my goal pace is 4:10 per kilometer, I'm going to start around a 4:15 and work into that 4:10, and then hopefully in the end I could actually go a little bit faster. Alright guys, so why don't you leave a comment down below and let me know if you learned anything from this video, and maybe even let me know if there's any time trials that you failed recently. Maybe tell me some lessons that you learned from that. So yeah, so I'll catch you sometime later this week with another video. Until then, run on, and I'll see you then. Peace.